Check-in time, check-in time, check-in time. What we got on the menu tonight? Hey, look, y'all already know the spiel I'm finna give y'all, dog. Look, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure y'all turn on y'all bell for notification, so anytime I drop a video right here at Check-In Time TV with your host man, Ghost Man, y'all gonna get notified ASAP. You dig me? Also, y'all make sure y'all commentate in that goddamn comment section. You hear me? Now let's get straight into this, man. Look, man, we got some breaking news tonight, man. We got Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon on the menu. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, dog. We about to commentate on these niggas' reality show, man. The 6-0 cellmates, man. The 6-0 cellmates, Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby went to bond court today, man. And both of them boys got denied. Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby is not coming home, dog. Not coming home at all, man. I know them niggas told us that they had an 80 to 90% chance of coming home, but that was capped. They had more like a 5 to 10% chance of coming home because some paperwork dropped last night on Bricc Baby, bro. And the feds, they gave an opposition to Brick's bond request, right? And it had all type of crazy stuff in there. It had the no jumper crash out when he threatened to kill the whole building. It had Bricc Baby allegedly pointing a firearm at his baby mama while she was holding their child. Like, we gotta call Bricc DV Bricc at this point, man. DV Bricc, man. Protect the women, man. We gotta call Bricc DV Bricc, man. We gotta protect the women. And that's what the feds are saying. They saying they gotta keep Bricc in jail to protect his family and protect the general public because Bricc Baby is a menace to the public. Now, we gotta look at it like this, right? Bricc Baby already knew he had those Fed charges. He knew he had a felon in possession of firearm when he got caught with all them pistols at his crib, right? So the feds is saying basically after he got caught with all those pistols, right? This nigga had the audacity to go on No Jumper the day before he got arrested, doing that interview with Luce Cannon and show his Glock. And guess what, y'all? That same Glock he showed on No Jumper the day before he got arrested, he got arrested with it the next day. So he got another charge on top of the original charges he was indicted for. And check this out, right? They investigating Bricc for fraud. This nigga Bricc is a scammer. This nigga Bricc do it all, bro. This nigga Bricc is a 6-0 crip. He's a reality show star with the reality show, the 6-0 Cellmates, and this nigga a scammer. Who knew Bricc was one of the top scammers in LA, man? Bricc one of the top scammers in LA, man. Bricc got a fraud charge, man. Now, when it come to Luce Cannon, for some reason, it ain't no paperwork on his bond hearing. No opposition to it. Nothing about his lawyer putting in a bond application. None of that. The paperwork is, we ain't even gonna say it's sealed. The paperwork ain't even enough. And that's very strange. So look, we got a video from 600, and 600, shout out my boy 600. He, one of the exposers, he got some inside intel on Luce Cannon's bond hearing. And that's what we're about to hear right now, because 600 had somebody who was live and direct at that bond hearing. Yeah, he had Eddie Boy from Neighborhood Rolling 60s. He was in the courtroom. And this is what 600 had to say about that. Check it out.
Man, Luce Cannon went to court today. I'm just enjoying an American hot dog with barbecue sauce.
Pause.
Anyway, let's get to it. Luce Cannon had his bail hearing today. He was denied bail. So, Luce Cannon come out, all facial hair, all white. He must have been dyeing his beard. No hair on top of his head. Which I already knew.
Hey, that nigga 600 said Luce Cannon got the Santa Claus beard with the baldy. The Santa Claus beard with the baldy is crazy. Keep going, 6.
Because I know it's 20 brothers. He's 42 years old. But 42 years old don't mean you don't look like that. I'm 41. I still got my hair. I'm not going to be all gray by next year.
How to remove objects in your photos in 15 seconds? Let's go.
Hold on, y'all. We gotta add.
Whatever. Besides the point. He looked bad. He looked stressed out. Eddie Boy in the courtroom. Eddie Boy by himself. Luce Cannon come in his spot and look like Ghost, like, man, what the fuck Eddie Boy doing here? Oh, fucking cuz. Oh, neighborhood crib. Boy just sitting there. He can't do no more. So they all the lawyers look over Eddie Boy like, what? It's only his wife. Well, I guess they're not technically married, but his girl, some other girl, she was with Eddie Boy. Nobody in the courtroom. So, now let's get to what's going on. The prosecutor's giving him his charges, previous crimes, allowed to deny his bail. Do you know what snitching he said in court? I didn't do those cases I went to jail for. My brother did those crimes. You snitching on your brother, lying snitching on your brother, nigga, you went to jail for him, bro.
Hold on. We got to pause right there. We hold on. Flag on the play. Offsides. 600. You ain't saying what I think you saying, bro. Nah, you ain't saying what I think you saying, bro. Luce Cannon ain't no snitch, bro. Luce Cannon from neighborhood rolling 60. He told you niggas he from neighborhood rolling 60 on hood. And now 600 is saying that Luce Cannon was in open court telling. I don't believe that, 600. I don't believe that, bro. That's cap. Luce Cannon got a paid lawyer, man. Him and Sharice paid $50,000 for that lawyer. I know that lawyer ain't got Luce Cannon in the talking, and the lawyer's supposed to be talking when they done gave that 50K. Come on, man. 600. Come on, man. You trolling, right? We gonna let him keep going.
Damn. Then he say, Eddie Boy here trying to get some content. When he said that, the police came over to Eddie Boy and asked him, is he recording? He sent the police on him. He crashed out over there, man. He was mad. He's like, man, I wish I could record and tell you what they doing, man. Oh, they use.
Now, I'm going to keep it real on that part. What 600 just said on that part, where he say, Luce Cannon told the judge or the police or whatever, the bailiffs or whatever, that Eddie Boy trying to get content. Now, that sounds like something you'll say, Luce. I ain't gonna lie. Sweetie, that sounds like something you'll say, sweetie. That definitely sounds like something you'll say, bro. Because you all about the content. You and Bricc Baby, y'all all about the content. Like y'all in there doing y'all reality show, filming live from the feds, the 6-0 cellmates, and you all about the content. So I can see you saying some shit like that. Saying some shit like, man, Eddie Boy trying to get content. Now, y'all answer that question yourself. 600 trying to say that snitching. Is Luce Cannon, if that's true, if these allegations is true, and Luce Cannon did say to the bailiffs or the judge or whatever, the Eddie Boy is in the courtroom trying to get content, is that crossing the line, or it ain't nothing? Y'all let me know in the comments. Commentate in that goddamn comment section.
And they brought up that no jumper fight. He's in trouble. They use all that online stuff he been doing, bro. They using that. They don't want to let him out because he's saying he's an enforcer and what he'd do and talking about people's family. They also asked Eddie Boy, would Eddie Boy like to press charges on Luce Cannon for talking about his family. Eddie Boy said, no, I don't need to. And then they said he's lying, causing confusion about violence, lying about fights in the jail. And there was never no fight, which we knew that, but I wasn't going to speak on it because I don't technically have the proof. But now when the prosecutors say it, you're lying, it was no fights, now we can talk about it. So
look, 600 is basically saying the prosecution side, they brought up the fact about the no jumper incident. Y'all know the infamous no jumper brawl where Luce Cannon and his IBM crew, where they jumped on Jay Reed and the other dude, you know what I'm saying, the other blood dude, the dudes from the IE, right? They brought that up in court. They also brought that up in the criminal complaint. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think Luce Cannon gonna have some charges about that because I know Jay Reed rat ass. Jay Reed rat ass probably talking to them folks. You know what I'm saying? Jay Reed definitely an informant. So Luce Cannon, you got some issues, bro. They bringing up this in court about the no jumper brawl and all that. Bro, you got some issues, bro. Like you got some issues, bro. Your lawyer gonna have to figure that out. I don't know what your lawyer gonna do because it's video of you pistol whipping Jay Reed. Like it's video, bro. It's all over the internet. And me personally, I feel like that's when clout was taken too far. When a nigga incriminate himself by sending videos out of himself doing a crime, that's crazy, bro. That don't make no sense, bro. Like, that was like one of the most stupidest things I could ever see a nigga do, bro. That was crazy, bro. And now it's coming back to bite you, bro. Like, Luce, tighten up, bro. Keep going, 6. Oh, also 600 also brought up the fact about the Big U alleged fight with Big U, Bricc Baby, and Loose Cannon. See, Bricc Baby and Loose Cannon, what they do, right? They go in they cell at night, you know what I'm saying? Or they be in the day room during the daytime, whenever, right? And they come up with these little elaborate schemes and plays that they gonna run for their episodes because they want to entertain the people. And we love when y'all entertain us, bro. And so we gonna run the content. But just because y'all say it happened, it's always gonna be a nigga like me who gonna read between the lines and know it's bullshit. You dig what I'm saying? So basically, we just commentating on the content that y'all bringing us. And we all knew that Big U fight was cap. You feel me? But see, now the content that y'all running, I know y'all looking at it like y'all can run some content if it's fake. Y'all can say something about a fight if it's fake, right? It came to bite you in the ass, bro. This content from jail came to bite you in the ass, bro. It hurt you from not getting a bond. Even though you made up a fake story, it still caused you not to get bond, bro. Like, I hope this really taught Bricc Baby and Loose Cannon a lesson about all that content they doing from the feds. But we'll see.
Loose Cannon's just known to be a liar, bro. You feel me? He's not no rolling 60. Never was, never will be, right? It was never no video of him FaceTiming Big. A lot of y'all heard of Loose Dude. That's the first time I ever met Dude in my life when he said he had that. That's the first time I met Dude. And he a year older than me. He ain't never went to school with us. He ain't never played football with us. He ain't never been around with us, hung on the block. I've never seen Dude before in my life. And I've been around him for all my life. I ain't been to the pen and been gone for years. I might have went to college for a semester, came back. But I've lived, all my addresses been in the 60s. I had one of them in Inglewood. Most of them, all nine of my addresses been in the 60s, bro. So, I don't know, Dude. You know what I'm saying? And he's just known to be a liar. All that stuff he's saying, lying, bro. All that talking and doing, he's lying, bro. You know what's crazy? He lied and talked himself into an indictment. I guess one of those robbers that's in the indictment, somebody made a
Hold on, 600. I gotta stop you, bro. 6. Now, you know I rock with you and I rock with Loose. Both of y'all niggas cool niggas to me, right? But I gotta call it fair. You know what I'm saying? That's a flag on the play, bro. You can't come up here now that Loose is locked up and say that he not from 60s. You can't say he ain't from the hood now. Shit, he on the indictment. Shit. Allegedly, the feds feel like he part of neighborhood 60s. Allegedly, the feds feel like he a rolling 60 crib. So, if you weren't saying Loose Cannon wasn't a 60 when he was on the streets, bro. You dig what I'm saying? So, you can't really say that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, 6. Like, keep it 100, man. We know Loose Cannon from 60s, bro. Like, if he wasn't from 60s, bro, like, he wouldn't be on this RICO. Dig what I'm saying? The feds wouldn't allege that he's a neighborhood rolling 60 if he wasn't a 60. Let's keep going.
About the robbery. No footage is a long time ago, right? This dude went on there talking and corroborated a story, an incident that someone already told him about. So, dude, so let this be a message to somebody out here who's on the line. They're using all that stuff, bro. They're using all that stuff against him.
We got another one, y'all. Got another ad.
And listen, they playing hardball. Like, no, denied. He's being remain detained. It's just crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you can go in there and trying to prove yourself. You're not from 60s. You never got put on stick. You don't have a name. You don't have no big numbers. You're not off of no blocks. You're not off of no side, nowhere. This is why we got different sides, because we so deep we can run a make on you. If you from the hills, okay, we're going to call the hills. Or who you from in the hills, bro? If you from BG, we gonna call BG, like, you know what I'm saying? Or who you up under over there, bro? If you from the Avs, you know what I'm saying? Dime Block, you know what I'm saying? Gutter, all that.
Hey, one thing that 600 just said in that little, in all that conversation, he just said, like, he did say this. He said Loose Cannon incriminated himself. He said Loose Cannon got himself indicted. I got to call it fair. I got to call a ball, a strike. Loose Cannon, you did indict yourself. You was one of the first niggas on the West Coast to indict yourself and put yourself in a RICO, bro. You definitely put yourself in a RICO. If you wouldn't have been on the internet saying all these elaborate stories, I don't think Loose Cannon would have been in this RICO. And the part about this the nail in the coffin, bro, is the fact that Monster, which is Dale, right? Dale, from what they saying in the paperwork, Dale already gave this statement about this illegal dispensary robbery. And then you came on No Jumper and corroborated exactly what Dale said about that robbery, bro. Like, that when the feds see shit like that, they see checkmate. Check-in time, nigga. That's check-in time. That's checkmate, bro. Like, Luce, holler at your lawyer, have your lawyer try to get your case separated from the from Big U and them niggas and get you a quick plea deal and get out the door. Dig what I'm saying? Cause trial ain't it for you, bro.
Bro, we gonna call over there and see who you up under over here, bro. If you from Arlington Avenue, if you from AG, we gonna call and see who you under, who you know over here. If you from the fronts, we gonna call the fronts and see who you from. You feel me? So he doesn't have no identity in our neighborhood, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody know him. So you know what I'm saying? This is how we're gonna make on people. But so he on acting like he's from 60s and got himself caught up in the 60 Rico. You know what I'm saying? He's not from 60s, bro. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is a lie.
I got to give y'all a little backstory to this because I got to keep it all the way non-biased and keep it 100 and keep it fair, right? 600 was saying none of this when Loose Cannon was free. 600 was not saying Loose Cannon's not from 60s when Loose Cannon was free. Now, Loose Cannon and 600 had their little disagreement and they back and forth. You dig what I'm saying? So I feel like some of this, you know, 600 getting his little jabs in right now. You know what I'm saying? Loose Cannon and the IBM niggas, they've been throwing a lot of shots at 600. So 600, you know, he defending himself. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like he's saying like Loose Cannon ain't from 60s. Loose Cannon was never known around in the 60s neighborhood and all that. You feel me? Like, but the other stuff, 600 dead on point. Dead on point, bro. Like the other shit, he's dead on point, bro.
You feel me? I'm just a team player, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I never really like said anything about y'all. Notice I never vouched for him. I can't vouch for nobody, bro, but I always try to like, you know, stay away from him. Just like when he came and lied to everybody about that. The Big U FaceTime me. He snitched right there, right? Do you know because he said Big U FaceTime me 30 minutes before Nip got killed and said that Nipsey was dead? That's an official dry snitch lie situation. That lie got the FBI questioning Big U about Nipsey's murder. Now, whether Big U has something to do it or not, we don't know. But that alone got the FBI looking into that, going to go subpoena cease and desist letters, and got the FBI all over that because of Loose Cannon.
Now, see, that part, flag on the play. I don't agree with that. I don't feel like Loose Cannon telling his stories on the internet was snitching because we all know a lot of them stories that Loose Cannon was telling was bullshit. We know it was just for entertainment purposes. A lot of them stories that Loose Cannon told was cap, all cap, just entertainment. So a lot of us who know how to, you know, discern, have a sense of discernment, and we know how to, you know, dictate what's real and what's not. We knew a lot of that shit was bullshit, right? So we never believed that Nipsey Hussle shit. Once Loose Cannon didn't produce the video, we knew it was all cap. Even when he said it, we knew it was all cap. But we was waiting for the video to see, you know, give him a little grace period to see if he produced the video, but he never did, right? But I feel like this, right? Loose Cannon and 600 been throwing shots at each other like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Loose Cannon was mad that 600 was running the content on Rayshawn Williams, which I feel like on that part, Loose Cannon wrong about that because 600 was just putting shit on the internet that was already on the internet. Rayshawn Williams' family was already on TikTok saying these things. Now, Loose Cannon wrong on this one because you contradicting yourself. The stuff you were saying about Big U and the stuff you were saying about the fights in jail since you've been in jail, this is stuff that nobody's ever heard, bro. You know what I'm saying? You brought it to the internet. So if you're looking at what 600 did as snitching, you got to look at what you did as snitching. Me personally, I don't look at neither one of them like snitching. Dig what I'm saying? But if one was more on the borderline of snitching, it would be Loose Cannon bringing something to the internet that the internet's never heard before. You dig what I'm saying? Keep going, 6.
Just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Like, who you trying to prove it to, bro? You 42 years old, bro. You have no history with us, so you can't never say, I was there. And like I said, a few of them stories he told, 1,000% lies. It came to a point to where I stopped telling him things because he likes to take those things, act like he know, act like he was there, and tell the story. A few things I've said to him, I purposely didn't give him all the details, and he went and told these stories, and they were fictional. So I never cleared him up and said, no, that's not what happened. That's not how it happened. That's not where it was at, because he had take that information and try and tell the story like he was there. All that when Big U got into a Nipsey, I was there in the room. You weren't there. I've never seen you before. You weren't there. You're only going by bits and pieces that people have told you. All that stuff about the fight, you weren't there. I was there.
So look, we get to the point where we're going to wrap it up. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all let me know in the comments, right? Y'all commentate in that goddamn comment section and let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Luce Cannon, when he was coming to the internet with all these elaborate stories, do y'all think he was capping? Do y'all think the nigga was lying? Or do y'all think Luce Cannon was keeping it 100? Y'all think Luce Cannon was just crazy enough to tell real crimes? Like, do y'all think Luce Cannon was really coming to the internet and telling y'all real crimes? Or do y'all think he was just entertaining y'all? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Commentate in that goddamn comment section about that and let me know. You see what I'm saying? But when it comes to this 600 and Luce Cannon situation, man, it's wild, man. I hope it can get repaired. I hope it can get fixed. But them niggas is throwing shots. Keep going, Six.
Never seen this dude before. You know what I'm saying? It's all lies. You know what I mean? So now the prosecutor told him he's a liar. He's lying about content online on these phones. So, you know, he's in a bad situation. He's in a bad situation. Y'all let me know what y'all think is going to happen next. I haven't took time to look at the, you know what's one thing so crazy? Everybody else's paperwork has been released to the public. Luce Cannon's hasn't been released. So we really don't know what's going on. You feel me? You see Bricc Baby. We're going to do.
All right, look, man. I told y'all earlier in the video, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else paperwork has surfaced. We got Bricc Baby paperwork about his bond and all that. Bricc Baby ain't getting out. Luce Cannon, we gonna keep it all the way to 100. Bricc Baby not getting out. Luce Cannon not getting out. They not getting no bond, bro. It's over with. It's done. They might as well go ahead and get prepared for trial. They not getting out. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with y'all. When it come to Luce Cannon paperwork, like 600 just said, it hadn't surfaced shit. Like, it is kind of strange that we have not been able to find none of his paperwork, but we finding everybody else's paperwork when it comes to this bond and all that, right? So maybe the clerks is being slow with putting it in and filing it, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we get this paperwork about Luce Cannon bond, we're going to bring it straight to y'all, man. Until then, I'm gone.